Before we get on to the meat of this video, there's two things I need to announce to you guys. The first thing is this. I got a new video out, but not on this channel. It's actually on my True and Fun of Play channel. So I finally released my very first episode of NBA All Worlds. So there you're going to get my first impressions and a review and a somewhat of a tutorial, a beginner's tutorial rather, NBA All Worlds. So if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and check that out. Link to that video will be in the description box below, and make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. Now the second thing that I want to talk about is this. My newest beat album, which is Scholastic Expeditions, that will drop Friday, April the 21st. So yes, pre-orders for that will become available sometime in March. Pre-orders will be available at trueandfunny.bandcamp.com, but the album will itself will be available there and on Spotify and on all major online music retailers. So like Apple Music, iTunes, Google Music, whatever. But yeah, it's going to be available all over the place. So keep that in mind. Stay tuned for that. Now, with all that out the way, oh no, before we get on to the meat of this video, there's one more announcement I need to make. And it somewhat ties in rather with the meat of this video, and that is this. So in case you don't know, in case you've been living under a rock, your boy is going to Vegas. Now, there's a certain party that will be going on the day before the Go Tour Hoenn event starts. And even though I will be late getting there because of my flight, your boy will be there. And regarding my newest beat album, my very first single off of the album will be played at the party. So yes, if you want to hear what the single is, and you're going to Vegas, you're going to get the first shot. So keep that in mind. And I may do something special for those of you who want to hear the single earlier in advance, like a day in advance. That will involve this right here. So yeah, you do not want to miss that announcement. That's going to be next week. So with all that out the way, let's get on with this video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's your boy True and Fun. Today's day is literally just turned about like 31 minutes ago. It is now Wednesday, February the 8th. So first and foremost, I'm going to give a huge shout out to LeBron James. He is now the active scoring leader in NBA history. He just passed Kareem, which is right to me and Rob to record this video because I was watching the game, and he did it. He broke the record that some people thought would never be broken. It took them darn near 40 years to do it, but here we are. So congrats to King James. And by the way, I still regard him as the second greatest basketball player of all time behind Michael Jordan. But that's another story for another day. Again, shout out to LeBron James. Now let's go into the minute of this video, and that is for those of you, like myself, who will be going to Vegas. Now, I've done this with GoFest in the past, so I figured why not do it for this event as well. If you're going to Vegas for the Hoenn tour, Go Tour rather, event, whatever, then you need to be prepared. Now, I'm going to try to release a video on what Vegas is like since I've been there. Hopefully y'all seen those two videos of me going to Vegas. Hopefully seen Holly's live stream that I was literally in when I was in Vegas. So I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks about Vegas, even though going in February will be unique for me, but we'll see what's up. Now, let's get on with what to expect in Vegas for this event. So let's talk about this. Now, it really depends on what else you got alongside your ticket. Now, this is aside from the additional day add-on fee after, which costs I think an extra $25. That's sold out, by the way. So not only are the regular tickets sold out for Saturday and Sunday, the add-on experience for Saturday and Sunday are sold out as well. So all those are sold out. But if you got a ticket and you're going and you got the extra day, whatever the case may be, here's what you need to be prepped for. You're gonna get 6 special trades per day, giving you a grand total of 12. And on each day, it requires half the dust to do the trade. So you're gonna need the dust. Now, as you can see, we're gonna show you one way you can get the dust, but look over there. Tapu Lele came out in New Zealand and Australia, and Zoe 2 Dots were kind enough to hit me up with a raid, and I just happened to got the hundo from it. So shout out to Zoe 2 Dots for that. Now, one of the ways you can get the dust rather is by PvPing. So yeah, you go to PvP, you do the thing, and then of course you got all of this. You got all of this. Look at that. 1,000, 1,000. Go for the down 2,500. That's a lot of dust. So I know not a lot of people are really into PvP, but that's one of the best ways, in my opinion, of getting dust without you moving around or whatever the case may be. Because again, it's still wintertime, it's still cold, it's still snowing, you still got the ice and stuff like that. Granted, it has been getting warmer over the past few days, but that's just for me in my area. That might not be for everybody. I don't know. So if you're not in a position where you can't go out and walk around and catch a Pokemon non-stop, this would be your best bet right here. So you gotta, do your PvPs. And if you're level 1, that would be the good time to do it, because those battles should be much easier for you to, win battles and get this done as well. So yeah, that would be the best time. If you're higher along the race, then you may have to work a little bit harder to get those victories and to get that dust as well. So yeah, I would highly recommend you do the PvP to get the dust, solely to get the dust, so you have enough dust to do your trades if you're trying to do a lot of trades. So keep that in mind. Now, another thing that you're gonna get if you have a regular ticket and or the whole additional day fiasco, you're gonna get half the hatch distance. So clear up egg space before the event. So how do you do that? So for example, let's look at my game real quick. So my egg space is completely full. So some of these could be shiny Helioptiles, as far as I know. I don't know. But what you want to do is you want to hatch your eggs. Now, it's going to be hard because the Valentine's Day event coming up. And if memory serves it correctly, there's going to be some desirable shinies that you can get from the 7K egg pool, wherever the case may be. So there's that. So yeah, hatch your eggs, over the course of the next few days. But when it gets to Friday, I don't know what your traveling schedule going to be like. So you may be flying in Friday night like I am. You may be flying in Thursday night, whatever the case may be. I don't know what your schedule is, but over like that day before Saturday or 2 days, whatever the case may be, you want to clear up your egg space. Clear up your egg space. And as soon as you do, and spend the Pokestop before you do that. So that way you don't have to spend another Pokestop for the remainder of that day or the next 2 days, whatever the case may be. So clear up your egg space on Thursday and then possible on Friday, and spend one Pokestop, and then you can probably hatch it when the event starts. So you may have 1 or 2 eggs going into the event, and with the distance, you can easily knock it out the park, depending on if you use a super incubator or a regular incubator. But it don't matter. You can easily knock it out the park and pick up 7 to 8 more, eggs while you're at the park. So keep that in mind as well. We're gonna get more eggs later on in this video. Now, you're also gonna get 9 free remote raid passes by spending photo discs at gyms per day. So it's not like you're gonna get them all at once. You're gonna get one, then you gotta use it before you get your second one, then you gotta use it before you get your third, and you get the point. You get the point. It's like that. More teams gonna rocket balloons. Right, there's nothing to prep for that. Now you're gonna get 90 minutes from using your regular incense, and it's gonna give you a boosted chance rather to encounter costume Pokemon based on the Pikachu's in unknown, I believe it's unknown H. So the best way to go about that is you want to get 2 of those 8 packs. So the 8 packs cost 250 Pokecoins each. So if you get 2 of them, that should be about like what, 500 Pokecoins, which should be $5. Where this is United States currency, that is. So yeah, there's that. You should be fine if you have 16 regular incubators in your storage, so you should be straight right there. Now, you also have the increased chance of obtaining spooky scrambles and energy boost field research tags. Okay, there you go with that. So knock yourself out with that if you care about that. Now, if you get the raid lover add-on, so here's the bonuses you're gonna get from that. You're gonna get 18 raid passes by spinning photo discs and gems. The whole one at a time fiasco. You're gonna get an additional 5,000 XP from completing raids. So this is where lucky eggs will come to play. Now, 8 lucky eggs, there's a bundle where you get 8 lucky eggs for 500 Pokecoins. That's the one that you want to get, actually. And because I think a lucky egg lasts for either 60 minutes or 30 minutes, I don't remember, hopefully 60. I don't remember how long a lucky egg lasts, between 30 and 60 minutes, but hopefully it lasts long enough where you can take advantage of that for like a full day, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, you also got to factor in how often you're going to be doing raids. So you got to factor that in as well. Because you got to factor in hatching eggs, you got to factor in raiding, and you got to factor in going out and shiny hunting. So keep that in mind as well. So you may not have the entire day to do raids. You may have like 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever the case may be. So that's right. That's why I say 8 lucky eggs should be fine. Because it's not like go spend the whole entire event raiding. So keep that in mind as well. Now, from doing 5-star raids, that is, you're going to get 6 additional candies and 3 additional candy XLs for catching those Pokemon, or to be more specific, Deoxys. Because it did say 5-star raids. It didn't say anything about primal raids or megas, where primal will take the place of megas. It just said 5-star raids, so we talking Deoxys. So I'm not sure if that whole Candy and Candy XL bonus will go towards the megas. I mean, not the megas, but the primals. If it does, that would be cool, but I doubt it. But it should be fine, which brings me to my next tip for you guys, and that is this. You gotta Mega Evolve Pokemon. If you're planning on doing a lot of raiding, you're going to need to Mega Evolve your Pokemon so you can take full advantage of the additional candies and additional candies itself. So if you are really focusing on Deoxys, then here are the Pokemon you want to Mega Evolve. You're looking at Latios, Alakazam, Slowbro, and the newly debuted Gardevoir. So keep that in mind as well. So they will all give you a boost for Psychic types, and Deoxys is pure Psychic. So there you go with that. Now, if you want to focus on Primal Kyogre, then you're looking at water types, really. So you're looking at Gyarados, Blastoise, Slowbro, and Swampert. Or if you're looking at, what is it, Primal Groudon, then you want to make it all ground types. And there's really only 2 currently in the game, Steelix and Swampert. So really, overall, there's really only 2 Pokemon you should be focusing on, depending on what candies you're trying to get. If you're trying to get Psychic and water, so basically the Deoxys and Kyogre, then Slowbro your best bet, because you're going to get a boost for Psychic, Deoxys, and water, Kyogre. But if you're going to be like me, and you're going to be focusing on the primals, Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, Swampert is the way to go. Swampert is water and ground type. Kyogre, Groudon, water, ground type. I mean, Swampert is the way to go, without question. So that should be the one you should be Mega Evolving throughout that weekend if you're only focusing on Kyogre and Groudon candies. So there's that. Now the other add-on is the how you pronounce that? Egg-Stuastic add-on. How you pronounce that, crap? Basically the egg add-on bonus. We're gonna call it that. Now, again, you want to clear egg space before the event by not spending Pokestop. I've talked about that already. Now, which incubator should you get? That's the question. So the Explorer box, which is currently in the game right now, I'm not sure if it's going to go away prior to that, which would suck. But, right, unless they put out a better box, then never mind. That would be great. But at the moment, the Explorer box is the best one to get. So yes, it's going to cost 1,850 Pokecoins, but you're looking at 10 regular incubators and 10 super incubators, and there's something else in there. I think it's incense, 5 incense, if I'm correctly. I don't remember how much, what it is, whatever. But you get all that for 1,850 Pokecoins. Now again, was better deals in the past, but if you have to choose with what is available right now, that's the best one to get. Now you're probably saying, well, what if I want to be cheap? Well, let's think about this. So one super incubator will cost you 200 Pokecoins. So if you get like 9 of those, which will fill up your whole sheet outside from the bonus storage, because that's only mostly reserved for the 12 kilometer eggs and wherever you get from your weekly report thing, the 5 or the 10 or whatever case may be. Then 9 of those super incubators will still cost you 1,800 Pokecoins. So why do that when you can spend another 50 and get way more incubators than just 9 super? Now, if you want to go the cheaper route and say, well, let me get a regular incubator since that costs 150. Okay, well, 9 of those, you would go be spending 1,350 Pokecoins. Now, again, an extra 450 would get you way more than that. But if you want to be really cheap, that's the way to go. If you're trying to get 9 and you want to stop and you ain't getting any more, 9 is the way to go for you. Get the regular incubator for 1,350 Pokecoins. But for some odd reason, if you think about getting a trail, that's again 1,800 Pokecoins, and you might well pay an extra 50 to get way more stuff than just 12 regular incubators. So it makes no sense. So the reason why I say if you want to go with the cheap option, then just get 9 and leave it at that is because with the egg add-on bonus, you're looking at 1/4 egg hatch distance. And unfortunately, it would not stack up to the already half egg hatching distance just by getting the regular ticket and playing the game. So there's that. You only get triple hatch XP, which where the lucky eggs will come to play. Okay, so now you're looking at using that more often, especially if you're going to be hatching eggs. 3 times hatch candy. There's no extra candy bonus fiasco like that. So nothing to worry about there. And triple hatch dust. Now that's where the star piece will come in, and they got a bundle of 8 star pieces for 640 coins. That's pretty much the way to go, pretty much. And again, if you're gonna be doing raids and combination of hatching eggs, yeah, then you may want to plan accordingly in terms of how much time you want to spend on hatching eggs and doing raids, and really combine the two for more XP and more of that dust. So there you go with that. Also, you're going to get the increased chance of 10-kilometer eggs, or getting 10-kilometer eggs rather, from spinning Pokestops and photo discs at gyms. So there's that as well. Now, another tip that I have for you guys is this. You want to study the map/habitats, and you want to see what shinies you need, and you want to try to get to the event 15 minutes early. So, here's the deal. There's going to be a map of the entire event. I know. That's all I'm going to say. So, you want to plan out exactly where each habitat is, and you want to see, okay, what shinies you need to get from each habitat. So, for example, for me, in the Ancient Shores habitat, I need 2 shiny Corfish. I don't have one at all, and I want to complete the family. And then Verdant Earth habitat, I'm looking at 1 more Shroomish to complete that family and 2 Gold Pins. And then from the Eerie Mist habitat, I'm looking at 2 Suskits, and from the Blistering Sands habitat, I'm looking at 2 Cacneas. So, yeah, that's the only reason why I'm going to be at each habitat, to get those specific shinies. So, I'm going to be looking at the map and say, okay, where the Ancient Shores at? Where the Eerie Mist at? Like, how close are they from each other? So once I'm done here, I can just sprint over here and start my search for something else at this habitat. So yeah, you want to be doing that as well. So I have no clue when the map will be released, but like I said, there's a map. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's pretty much all the tips and tricks rather that I have for you guys in preparation for the Gold Tour Hoenn event. Now, of course, you got the usual, clear up your Pokemon storage. Even though we're going to get 50 more, clear up your items bag space. Even though, again, we're going to get 50 more and things of that nature. So, yeah, you want to clear up your item bag space, because you're going to be spending those Pokestops to get those eggs and things of that nature. So, keep that in mind as well. So, I'm going to let you do that. Now, in terms of, like, the Pokemon storage, I'm not going to try to capture everything unless you need the XP. If you really need the XP, I would probably say you should have at least 1,000 stories available. Now, if you're just shiny hunting, which is what I'm going to be doing, then I would probably say 200, 300, at least 200. Because again, I'm just going to be shiny hunting, and I'm going to be doing some raids, and I'm going to be hatching a lot of Pokemon. So that's for me. But again, for you, if you want the XP, if you want the dust, and you're going to be catching everything that you see, clear up at least 1,000. Now, in terms of the item space, with the item space, you want to have cleared up at least 200 item space. So that's the advice that I have for you guys. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is brand new J Gatsby, aka New Steve Nate Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. See y'all in Vegas. I can't wait. It's next week. Let's get it. Subscribe. Thanks, man. Do it. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Lewis the trainer, articulating paint. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank 'em with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show 'em that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.